The Arizona Biltmore is one of the most iconic properties in Arizona, a prestigious resort where you might find some pretty great food.
Yeah, and sure enough, its signature restaurant, Frank and Albert's, does not disappoint. That joint is named after the two architects who constructed that property nearly 90 years ago, and that sense of history is not lost in its cuisine. I don't know about you guys, but when I'm hungry, the last thing I want to do is get onto Google and search contemporary with Southwestern takes on market-driven organic American dishes. But if you were to do that, you would end up here at the Arizona Biltmore and at Frank and Albert's. Let's check it out. For starters, crispy duck wings, described in great drooling detail by chef de cuisine Adam Dunton.
Everybody loves chicken wings. It's a good appetizer that people like to share with their friends, watch the game with. But we wanted to do something that's unique. It's nice and crispy on the outside, still moist and tender on the inside.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never had duck before in my life. Oh, very good. And very messy. The main course, meatloaf, has been served about as long as the Biltmore has been standing, since 1929. History director Rob Rasavi, not quite that long.
I'm part of history. I'm old enough to be part of history here. You have 88 years now.
The Biltmore was designed by Albert Chase MacArthur, but it's famous for the influence of perhaps the most renowned architect of all time, Frank Lloyd Wright.
Believe it or not, there's a Frank Lloyd Wright 100% influence in this property because MacArthur was a student of Frank Lloyd Wright from 1907 to 1910. So he copied his master.
Wright was an on-site consultant for the project and influenced MacArthur to use his textile blocks at a price.
MacArthur paid him $10,000 for the patent. 6 months after, they realized that there was no patent. So his contract, yeah.
The hotel's restaurant, originally called Grill, was remodeled about a decade ago. Most of its history stripped away, except for those unmistakable blocks. It was renamed Frank and Albert's, an homage to Frank Lloyd Wright and Albert Chase MacArthur. And like its architecture, its cuisine features a modern take on the classics, like that aforementioned meatloaf.
Obviously, meatloaf has been a part of the American lexicon for a very long time.
How's this different than Mom's meatloaf then?
Well, we take our meatloaf and it starts with quality ingredients. You know, we have a high quality beef, and then when we prepare the meatloaf, we slice it and we put it on the grill.
The difference between like high quality food and low quality food is that you immediately know when something is good. And for dessert, there are flames right here. I've seen s'mores before. I've made s'mores before, but not like this. What makes this unique?
Well, the uniqueness of our s'mores is basically a tableside preparation. I would say you fire as you will.
This is gonna be a mess. Cheers.
You can't go wrong with a s'more.
Can't go wrong. To wash it all down, the bourbon block. Pear, walnut liqueur, and a single barrel bourbon created to celebrate the 150th birthday of Frank Lloyd Wright. The block in its name, an intentional reference to those blocks the building still stands on.
Flavor profile brings you back always in emotions. The emotions of when you grew up.
The end there was actually my favorite part of that
interview
interview, because he's talking about how tastes change, but as chefs, their goal is to take you back to the taste that you felt when you were young, that sense of nostalgia.
Well, s'mores will do that every time.
Yeah, that was
That's
a big mess.
fantastic. Well done.
Should never eat marshmallows on camera.
That's fine.
Pro tip. Hey, YouTube is your source for all of our must-eats reports. We're putting them all in one place for you. Go to the 12 News channel and look for our playlist there.